Welcome to Bleecker at Home. Today I'm going to show you guys how to cook our world famous Bleecker Black. First, let's start with what comes in the box. So you're going to get 4 patties from our butcher at Aubrey Allen, 2 buns, a full stick of Clonakilty black pudding, some American cheese, our seasoning, our house sauce, and 2 placemats. And then in addition to that, you're going to need some cooking equipment. So you're going to need a knife, a bread knife, a cutting board, a spatula, 2 frying pans, and if you've got it, a scale. Now let me show you how to prep the ingredients. I'm going to show you how to cut and prepare the black pudding and season our patties. And these are things you definitely want to do ahead of time because the cooking process is so quick and we're really precise with the amount of time we cook our patties for. So let me start with the black pudding. The first thing you want to do is take the black pudding out of the package and be careful not to rip the package because on the back you'll see there's like a sort of handy slicing guide and that will guide us as we slice the right size for our black pudding pieces. So you want to line up the black pudding with the slits on the side of the box and you want to ignore the end bit and go right into the first slit and line your knife up on the black pudding and just put a little slit. And you want to prepare 2 pieces when you're cooking this at home, but I'm just going to do 1 right now. And then line up the other. So I'm going to cut from the second slit down. And then I'm going to find the first slit. Sort of cut around because there's plastic on there as well, so you just want to be careful not to slice and dice yourself. So you discard the end bit that you could set aside for, in the big bit for your, tasty breakfast or whatever you're going to use it for. And then you take this one piece, and I'm just going to check it on a scale because in the restaurant when we used to make the Bleecker Black, we used about 40 grams. So I'm just going to test myself. That one's 33.45. Not as good, or 34. Not as good as in the restaurant, but 34 will definitely do. So, I think anywhere between 30 and 45 will be all right. So you then take the piece and you sort of make a ball out of it, pretend it's like Play-Doh. And you want to sort of warm it up in your hands because you have to make it into sort of a little disc. So I do this a few times. Make it really malleable. Get yourself a good ball, and then put it between put it between your palms. If you mess up, you can just start again, like I just did. Put it between your palms and get yourself, a decent patty. And it doesn't need to be perfect because it can sort of fix itself in the pan, but that's sort of what you're looking for. So set that aside, and then you're going to season your patties. So we're going to season both sides of the patties because we want them totally prepared before we're cooking. So take a big pinch of salt and pepper, that's all that's in here, and go up pretty high and try to season all the way around the patty. And do the other one. And then you're going to flip it over. Do the same thing on the other side. So big pinch, high up, season across the patty. Don't be afraid to season. I think beef needs quite a bit of seasoning. High up, right across the patty. All right, now we're ready to cook. So bring your 2 patties, your black pudding, your American cheese, your buns, and your spatula over the stove. And the first thing I'm going to do is turn on my 2 pans. You want these pans decently hot, maybe sort of medium heat. And then you're going to just put a little bit of oil in both pans. The oil in the black pudding pan will help cook the black pudding, and then the oil in the burger pan just sort of reduces the smoke in the house. Our patties definitely don't need that much extra oil. They have quite a bit of fat. But if you don't want to smoke yourself out, put a little oil in the patty pan as well. Then I'm going to put my bun into the toaster. So you got to remember that these buns have some sugar in them, so they toast really quickly. So I'm going to I'm going to set my toaster to the lowest setting and just pop the bun in there. And I'm probably going to press the bun down when I flip the black pudding and the patties. So I'm just going to stir the oil around a bit. And the last thing you'll need for this section is you'll need your phone to time how long you're cooking everything. So the black pudding and the patties will cook for about 3 minutes. And you're going to flip each one at 1.5 minutes. So, set your phone to 3 minutes and, flip at 1:30. So let me just set my phone. Got it set there at 3 minutes. Whoops. Now I'm just going to pop my black pudding in the pan, and I'm going to pop my patties in the pan. You want to hear that sizzle? So what I do is I just give the patties just a bit of a press. And we're not trying to do a smash patty here or anything, but it just sort of gets the patty going, lets it stick to the pan a bit more. So just a little bit of press. And don't forget to set your timer, like I did. So now it's going to cook for about 1 minute and 30 seconds. And during this period, you can toast the buns. So just pop the buns down. Keep an eye on them because, like I said, they toast really, really quickly. And you can instantly see, like, as the patties begin to cook, like the fat will start coming out of the pan. And our patties, like I mentioned previously, like have a ton of fat. And the reason why we put so much fat into our patties, or why we use such well-marbled beef, is because fat is what brings the flavor. So, if you're ever cooking a burger at home and there's nothing coming out of it, it's probably not going to taste that great. So about another 30 seconds and we'll give all of these patties a flip. So I'm going to flip the beef ones first. Well, they're all beef actually, because our black pudding is beef. But I'm going to flip the beef ones first, and I'm going to give it another sort of little press, get the other side going a bit, and then I'm going to take my cheese and do the old Bleecker slide. Rub it in the oil and the fat a bit, and then slide it onto the patty. Then I'm going to take my spatula and flip the black pudding, and I'm going to give the black pudding just a little push. Get that flattened out a bit. My bun's just popped, so I'll grab that, and I'll put that behind me on a plate. And I'll just turn around and I'll grab the bun and I'll grab our Habsburger sauce that comes in this little bottle, and I'll just do, it works out to about 8 grams a side, so just across the patty, not too much, not too little. So that's 3 minutes. And I cook my patties for about 3 minutes total, but you guys might like to cook your patties a bit more if you want it more cooked. So I'm going to grab the patty of black pudding, I'm going to slip it on top of one of the patties, and I'm going to then take my other patty, drain it a bit, put it on top of the black pudding, and pick the whole thing up, drain it a bit, and then pop it on the bottom bun. Turn the stove off, take the top, place it on top. And there's one more step to go, but that's what your burger should look like. Bun, sauce, patty, cheese, black pudding, patty, cheese, sauce, bun. Boom, Bleecker Black. Okay, so we have our Bleecker Black. We're almost finished, just a couple more steps before you can enjoy this awesome burger. So I'm gonna cut this in half with my bread knife on a cutting board because it's a pretty big burger. And when we had it in the shop that the way it ate the best was in half. And it's a pretty awesome shot when you have the Bleecker Black in half. So I'm just gonna take my bread knife and angle it down through the patties. And we got our burger in half. Then we're gonna take a placemat, put it on our plate, and boom, there we go. Only one thing left to do now. See if I still got it. That is pretty awesome. Still got it. Enjoy, guys.